good, great. Had a fantastic night, dream, rest. Yeah. Most important of all, I booked my UK flight.
Yeah, you did. You did, didn't you? Oh,
Yes. Very scary, but very exciting at the same time. Yeah. So, would you like
you've
to
just
share
booked
your
the-
win first? Yeah. Sorry. Go
You
ahead.
just booked you've just booked the flight there. You haven't booked the flight back, right?
No. It's round trip. It's round trip. Yeah. The one back on June 6th. Yeah, if you look at the text itinerary, yeah. It's May 30 depart, 31st arrival, and June 6 departure from London. Yeah.
It's weird. It doesn't, for some reason, on that
The
thing.
graphic thing doesn't show, but the text thing, the
Oh,
Dropbox
okay.
link. Go to the Dropbox link. Yeah. And
Oh, okay, fine.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're landing on the 31st and you're leaving on the 6th.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. Both in
Okay.
London. Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, yeah. So what are the wins?
Well, yeah, we have about an hour, I think, before the tech sync
Okay.
starts. Yeah. So what's your win? Would you like to share? Go ahead.
Yeah, Shunyun's coming to stay. Yeah.
Okay, that's your win. Did you
one
have a
more.
conversation with your wife?
Yeah.
Or,
yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
okay, sure. Yeah.
So what else is there? Yeah, so El Salvador doc. Have you seen that?
Yes, excellent. Okay. That is something. That is something. I have to say that you have a talent in proposal writing.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah. So it's submitted. I mean, it's sent already.
No, we have to put it into Spanish. I nearly said Japanese.
I see.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, so
all right.
That's my last frog for today. I've already done.
Okay.
You're my second frog.
Okay.
I've already done
Great.
first frog.
Okay. All right. Great.
So yeah, my next frog is to put it into Spanish and then send it.
Okay. All right. So that's her win. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. All right. So I'll share one more, and we can start, which is the Dale Radilio thing I learned this weekend. I watched. He mentioned about a short clip, 30-minute video. I don't know if you've seen it. How economic machine works. I actually share it in the Slack channel. Highly recommend. I think that's he explained really well how societal progress helps economy moves upwards, but there's like cycles. Okay, the smallest 3 to 5 year cycle and the larger, I think 80, 100-year big cycle. And it
I've seen a couple of his things. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of I think really important to understand, and also why he's able to predict so well. Well, all the more makes me feel that we really want to learn, study hard about how Bridgewater works, and then even model some of what they are doing or what they're thinking, in terms of they already have a very systematic way to make decision making in investment decisions. Okay, so they actually probably have one of the best investment decisions machines in the world, mechanism that's not just super performance, but also removes human error, minimized to the best possible extent. And the book talks about they're applying that to management as well. Okay, so this for me relates to how, for example, a 3-hack, right, and also things in traction EOS talks about. I think that's also about systemizing decision-making and management, okay, to the point that it can become more predictable, more certain, and last, right? That's exactly what 3-hack does, right? Once, if you properly implement that, you can actually forecast pretty well, 3 years into the future, and execute towards that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think we already have the best tools and knowledge available to us. I mean, basically the best things are there. It's out there. It's available, and it's only a question of how fast can we learn and adopt and practice, right?
Yeah.
And to the level of mastery, right? And if that happens, then I think we're on our way to some really, really extraordinary organization.
Why do you say if?
Well, if means there's still free will, right?
Well, I'd like to think that it's only a matter of time before I gain mastery in any given subject. So it's not a case of if.
Okay, good. I appreciate the
It's
confidence.
about when.
Okay.
You're right about free will, and there might be any, on the journey. I mean, it's just been semantic. Sorry, pedantic.
Right. All right.
But anyway.
All right. Yeah. So that's my win. All right. So that's jump
that's really
right
cool.
into today's. Any feedback?
Actually,
I guess any feedback. Yeah.
Yeah. No. That what's interesting there is that I'm reading Traction. Basically, I read a little bit every morning.
Okay. Nice.
And
Okay.
so I don't, as opposed to sitting there and like last night, I went to bed at midnight because I was reading a fictional book and I wanted to finish it because I was near the end. So I stayed up. Yeah, I don't quite read these kind of development books in the same avid enthusiasm as the escapism ones, right? So, however, there is such crossover with that. So, with Rehag and Traction, but they're not the same. And so the thing I think is about what are the salient points, because they both, Freehag is referencing Jim Collins a lot. And then Traction is referencing Dan Sullivan a lot, but it does a little bit of Jim Collins. So I think that's really interesting. And what it dealt with today is about seats on the bus in Traction, or at least what I read today, and then how to find accountability. And what is they have this idea of visionary and integrator. So I would broadly speaking say that as a concept, you might say that you're the visionary and I'm the integrator if we had to label
in our context.
Yeah. However, there are things that you do that are integrator, and there are things that I do that are visionary, right? So with the power of what we're doing right now, and let's be honest, I don't actually want to be a hardcore integrator for everything for the rest of my life, because I believe that the position that I would like to be in is visionary, right? Because if we change the word from visionary to entrepreneur, that's what I believe it to be a synonym of. But at the same token, an
integrator as maybe manager, right? It's more like the manager role, integrator, right? I mean,
but at a very high level. I mean, it's like it's the chief exec basically.
Right.
Or the
I think the Traction made that comparison. I think I also started Traction, just this weekend.
Okay, cool. So what's interesting is that I think there's a level of crossover, and here's the thing. I think the challenge that we face with what you've done with Immunology and what I've done with IncomeSec is we've built the company up as best we can, outsourcing as best we can.
Right.
And basically projects will pay for the outsourced people, right? And then to I'm better at sales than you are, and you're better at tech than I am, right? So that's just the nature of it is. So the company has grown in different ways because of that. But basically because we've both been working for ourselves, we've both had to get on and do things. Right. And so we've both had to do many things all at once.
Right. Exactly.
As opposed to if in the book, it's referencing companies that, I mean, the lowest amount that is referenced that I've read so far is 500,000. And then and what was interesting, and this indeed, here we go. I got both books with me today because I
Okay, great.
what was really interesting is it showed an organizational chart like this.
Right. Okay. Right.
But actually, it plotted it from there.
Okay. I see. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find. There's a heading here. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. So it's here. There it is. I can't get my camera right.
Okay.
1 year.
Is it the visionary integrator and then the finance operation? And...
Yeah. No. Look at the top of the page, though. Look at the top.
Okay.
Year 1.
Year 1.
Four people.
Okay. 4 people, 500K. Okay. I see.
That's just revenue. That's not profit.
Right.
That's revenue.
Right.
This was it's called niche retail. They were basically they're an internet startup, a bit like Amazon, really, a bit like Amazon.
Right.
But then they grew, right? And that's what they grew to. So
oh wow. Okay, so impressive.
Now look at the number in year 5.
Year 5, right. Oh, 14.1 million, right? 14.1.
And 43 people.
Right. That's right. Okay.
Now let's just say they've made 25% profit, because really revenue is ego, whereas profit is reality. Okay.
Right.
And I've always thought that. But I guess what was interesting was that, all right, well, income sec, you might say it's half that number and it's one person.
Okay.
Right? But what that was telling me then is, well, why don't I hire more people?
Right. Exactly. Right.
And I've outsourced a lot of it. And I think I'm trying to get my head around is how to expand, because you feel that from our last conversation, you feel that I restrict you from, or you feel like I've restricted the company.
The addition of team members. Yeah.
Exactly. And I've sat there and thought about the practicality of all of it. It's great, but the caliber, it's almost like we've got an idea, but we don't actually have any revenue and profit coming from that idea to sustain it, to call it a company, right? So, and I think that until such time as we've actually got a more sustainable model, which we can demonstrate growth, it's almost like we can't, well, that's not can't, but it just makes it a bigger obstacle to overcome.
Right, chicken and egg, right? Do you hire first and then make revenue, or do you have revenue first before you hire?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
it's kind of like, do you have the money first or the people first?
You need money first before you can hire, right? In the traditional context, right?
That's right.
So if we wanted, whether or not we deploy anything from Ray Dalio, or we wanted to sit there and give somebody like Nick the opportunity to join us, if we're talking, currently the only way people perceive it is that you pay them a salary and they'll do it. Look at Joy, for instance.
Right. That's right.
She's focused on providing for her family the best way she knows how.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Now, I don't know what actually was your tipping point, but to generate immunology, mine was for income sec. I was sick and tired of people, of the guy that I was working for at the time, lying and manipulating. So I took an opportunity to borrow some money and start my own business. Because I thought I could do better. But I borrowed money. I had investment to take it forward. And what I haven't done, and I'm quite happy to explore this more, is build people up. But what Traction and 3Hag is doing to me is it's making me think about how to systemize so I can implement and get it done. And so I guess I'm just rolling around these ideas because they are important for us, for us to move forward, I think.
Right, it is. Yeah.
So
Dalio talks about credits. Okay, the importance of credits, and I think this is really interesting because he talks about you can get credits and spend it in 2 ways. One is consumption, the other is investment. Okay, and the interesting comes from when people are borrowing for consumption and are really producing their productivity. What ends up happening is that you actually, the loans likely will not be paid back, okay, and start to have a contraction. And when that's being used for productivity, actually, it can be paid back with interest, and that's when growth occurs. So, like in the end, one of the reasons I decided to take the UK trip, although again, I have to confess, it's also, it's through borrowing. Okay, I guess it's through borrowing. So that's the scary part. But then I realized that this is an investment. Okay, and it's actually a investment with potentially very high, huge payoff, because I'm going to be meeting Dan Sullivan in person. Okay, and he will be seeing me in person, and like anything could go from there. So, and we are going to meet right in person, and potentially,
I'm glad I'm included.
Yeah, and potentially, have some really intense like collaboration, co-working periods for a few days, as you've always wanted, right? As you mentioned that a few times already. So I know it's something that's important to you, and also that you think that's going to be very productive, very helpful, right? So that is also something, even though it hasn't happened yet, I can already see that, this event is going to happen. It's going to be a peak experiences. So I'm going to have 2 peak experiences, and not to say the long travel, the flight, usually I discovered in past, very hyper super productive, like that's a great time for learning, for reflection, for journaling. So usually it's kind of like monk mode, right? As Ben said.
Yeah.
So that's 3, already very unique experiences, already, planned for the future. That's what I'm investing towards. So once that becomes clear, although still very scary, I have to confess. But the interesting thing I can also share is after the investment, now it's an after fact. Now my mind fully is about how I'm going to meet Dan, what am I going to say, what am I going to like offer or like ask, right? And what I'm going to be working and doing with Mike. It's already shifted into a different mode of thinking. So it becomes a reality now. All right. So I think that's enough of our visionary talks. We do have some integrator stuff to do. And actually, so what would you like to hear first, the important or the urgent?
Okay. I do. You keep referring to Ray Dalio. There is a point I need to make about him as well.
Okay, sure.
But just that I really like what he says and how he presents.
Right.
I'm not sure he's 100% on the money with everything that he says.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anybody is 100% on the money with what they say.
Yeah, so, obviously, yeah. Nobody's a saint.
There are, and I know there are some people in the market that don't agree with him at all.
Oh,
but I don't care, because I still think what he says is interesting, and
right.
I think there's a lot of value in the way he looks at things as well.
Have you read Principles though? Have you read his book, Principles?
I haven't. No, I didn't get all the way through Principles. I got over halfway.
Oh, I see. All right. Okay, then probably.
But it's interesting. From I don't know about the context, but from one thing you said is he's got 2 CFOs and 2 CEOs, and he's got different,
2 CIOs and 3 CIOs and 3 CEOs. Two CEOs, co-CEOs. Yeah.
Okay. So in Traction, it makes it very clear you can't have 2 people in one seat.
Okay. Right.
You just can't. You have to have one person in each seat.
Right. So responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, that doesn't mean that Ray's wrong and Traction's right. It just means there are different ways of doing something, and I guess it depends upon the definition of what needs to be done. All I'm saying is that I kind of recognize his genius, but I don't necessarily think that he is absolute in everything that he says, because I don't agree with anybody being absolute.
Oh, okay, great. That's great. I think that's a great perspective. Yeah, because that's good. I think I'm a Ray fan, a confessed Ray fan.
I know, I like him as well. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little thing. his thing about how America is an empire that's in decline and China is an empire which is in ascendance, right?
Right. And he
It's
has
kind of
very
it's a bit bollocks. His time frames are not really 200. He's used 250 years because one might argue that's the duration that the United States is currently coming to the end of, and it helps. But the English Empire, or the British Empire, was that really 250 years in its duration?
Okay.
Right, one might argue that it's been an empire that was in its propagation for a lot longer.
Right.
The Dutch. I don't think the Dutch had a span of 250 years. The Roman Empire was what 500 to 600, maybe a bit longer.
Okay.
My point being is that there's I don't necessarily think that 250 is a magic number. I think it's convenient for Ray to illustrate the point that the American model is in decline unless the Americans do something about it.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
So if one sits there and says, well, he's using a number to illustrate a point because he wants to make a point to America about America,
right?
And that's just managing numbers to make a point, right? It's not actually looking at the fact of the numbers and what do the numbers tell you. There's a manipulation there. So I don't necessarily think that everything is absolute in that respect. But don't get me wrong, I'm not. It's it could be a criticism, conceived as a criticism. It's just an observation because I think I like what he says. I like the direction he goes in. I would call myself a fan of Dali.
Right. And I think what we can learn is the culture. Actually, I think I actually am seeing Bridgewater to be a much powerful and bigger organization, influential organization down the road than that's a Google or Apple. I don't know how those other organizations are managed, but I think Ray has built something really, really unique. I mean, fundamentally different from most company organizations that are out there. Okay, so this is So So anyway, so important or urgent?
Important.
All right, important will be the 3 hack, the last piece, which is the promise. Okay. Yep. So I do have some thoughts here, and maybe we can discuss a bit about this. And maybe also. So, by the way, do you have any thoughts relating to the promise we can make, or
the guarantee? I've written
guarantee. Okay. Would you like to share first, and I'll share mine?
Let me find the.
Okay.
I put it in the document. I can't remember. Hold on a second. All right.
I'm glad you chose the important.
Eisenhower
said nothing important. I have 2 kind of matters: important and urgent. Importance are never urgent. Urgent are never important.
Well, that's the thing, though. You can't. Once you know it, you can't choose urgent. You've always got to go with important. I have to say, Shunyun, this exercise here,
helpful.
That is really clever.
Okay. All right. Yes.
And I don't think in Traction they haven't as yet. I haven't read them going into this as detailed as 3 hack, but anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So we can take the best parts, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Learn. Yeah.
And this as well. I think this is brilliant.
Okay. Yes.
Or getting this
a very good tool. A very good tool. Yeah. To understand.
Brand promises. Okay, so I think that some of this was what you'd already put in there, like the Tesla experience for finance, known for in 3 years, core customer needs, growing guarantee. Here we go.
Okay.
Money back without the redemption fee. I think that's the only guarantee that we can offer. Is that they can withdraw.
What's without redemption? Okay. Withdraw anytime, right? Okay.
Yeah, so you can take your money out and and not pay a redemption fee if you're entirely dissatisfied.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good
Because
one.
that doesn't
Okay.
really cost us anything other than a 3% or 2% fee, right? And
okay,
at the end of the day, I don't
you're
mind
talking about no
that
lock-in
fee.
period, right? No lock-in period. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I think you've already said that anyway. But I mean,
Right.
the thing is, if you sit there and go, oh, you know what, I just need to, you know, we're offering it as a guarantee that they don't pay a redemption fee. That's the only
Okay.
that's the only
Okay.
thing.
All right.
Because if you're telling me that we're not, you know, we can offer money back at any time because of the way we're structured, and then that's okay. I think the only thing we'd be losing out then is the fee for giving them their money back. But if they're
I
entirely
see.
dissatisfied with us, well, then I don't have a problem with that. You know.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
I think
Oh,
the
okay.
redemption fee is that's the bit I think we can control that, right? All that we're saying is that redemption fee is it's a charge against you for removing your money prior to when we anticipated it. So we're not making we've put in, it covers the admin of the work that we do, it covers the, you know, it covers a small percentage of the fact that you're reducing the size of the fund and so on and so forth, right? That's the point of a redemption fee. It's like, well, we've gone to all of this effort to build something for you, for you to make money, and so you're you're pulling your money out before we've got a chance to build and take advantage. So the cost to you is the redemption fee. Well, actually, so we actually control that. We don't control the markets. We don't control what percentages. We don't control any of these things. We do control the redemption fee, and therefore I don't think there's any harm in offering that as a guarantee.
Okay.
At
I
the
see.
end of the day, it gives people certainty.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Good.
So that would be my suggestion. Whether or not it's right or not, I don't know.
Great. I think that's a nice. Just to be clear, the fee you talk about is the fee that we charge people for helping them to move in and out money, or is that like kind of
It's
the withdrawal?
It's the 2% or 3% fee.
I see. So you're saying that if you're not satisfied, we will not charge that. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, I think
okay.
it's that 2% fee or 3% fee.
Right. That it's called withdrawal fee. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Withdrawal fee then, not redemption. Withdrawal.
Okay.
The other charges, no, we stick to that. That's for us for doing business.
Right.
You know, so
I see. Okay. Yeah. The other is kind of like performance fee. Yeah. It's more like performance fee in nature. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's interesting. Although to implement that requires system change though. Okay. That is a function we currently don't support. Right now it's automatic deduction of 2%, you know, for every withdrawal. So that will be something the system has to sort of, or we could like refund. Okay, do a refund. If you're unhappy, let us know. We'll refund your withdrawal fee, something like that. Okay, that's also doable with a manual.
Yeah, well, how we express that and how we actually do it.
Okay, yes. But actually that may not be a bad thing, because then we have a chance to learn why they're unhappy, right? And so we can improve our system machine better. Yeah.
And I think then also it's a case of what are we promising?
Right. Okay.
Because of the guarantee.
Right.
So we have to promise something, or they're getting their money back.
Right. Okay. All right.
And
I wrote. Okay. Go ahead.
No.
Okay. So for me, I wrote down. Okay, let me maybe also let me put that in the document as well. But basically, what I've written down was 3 things. Okay, I tried to view it, ask myself the question like, what can we promise in the 3 core areas of accessibility, safety, and impact? Okay, like are there things that we can guarantee? And for accessibility, I wrote down on board within 10 minutes. Okay, so that's something that that would probably require a bit of user experience tuning, and also, for example, like KYC approval process that accompanies that. But okay, how we're going to do this, I'll explain a bit maybe later. But okay, and so the second thing, safety, is about promise on safe strategies. Okay, so this I'm not sure how to make it more concrete, but I think the idea behind is I'll give an example. Like one of the things that Celsius, for example, that the reason why they went bankrupt was because it's a bank, right? So bank has a fundamental business model of lending out money. Okay, that's kind of a fundamental model. It can still fail. Okay, if there's like too few people borrowing, that model can still fail. But in general, that's actually a relatively safe model. Okay, because you actually take people's collateral when you lend things, right? So there's probably not a risk in terms of not recovering your loan, and also you lend out money to make a profit. Yeah, so that's actually a relatively, I think, safe approach as long as you have the capital, unless you really do something stupid and screw things up. But what Celsius did was they actually use the money to also invest. Okay, so that is kind of like an investment banker. They also invest in certain assets or cryptos, that potentially have high growth. And what ended up happening is some of that investment were lost, okay, due to the market conditions and things like that. So they basically weren't able to meet their obligations, okay. And I think what we can, and also I think what we should probably do, is to stick with a few really reliable strategies, okay, at least for the main fund. Okay, so that's like basically, I guess the key idea here is not to do something risky with our at least our main offering. And I think we are free to offer additional, like wealth-based, those are more like private equity funds that are potentially riskier with higher return, but that can be tailored to a smaller and more niche audience who understand what they're doing and even have restrictions such as lock-in periods. I mean, basically everything goes in that direction, right? I mean, we're just offering a platform and even work with other fund managers. So I think we can provide, again, diversity to fulfill different kind of investment preference requirements. But for the main fund, I do feel that we want to stick to the quote unquote safe, proven strategies of index investment, of dollar cost average, and just execute, like just execute, like nothing fancy there. And, like very, very transparent about how everything operates. And even I think I can see like everything automated. Okay, so again, like Delio talks about, I think Ray talks about how, why Bridgewater is so super successful is because on their investment front, like human factor is out of the question. Like everything is systemized and actually computer computed. Like they just write algorithm and then computer would feedback on the investment strategy, the recommendation. And obviously a human being will check over. But it's really a very rational, decision-making process, which makes decision both high quality and also not prone to human error. And he said that he cannot imagine we're doing things, otherwise. If it were to opt to eat individual like investment manager, that would be a disaster. So I think we want to get to that kind of quality in terms of main fund investment strategy execution. Okay, so that I think that's a safety promise we can make, although I'm not sure how to make it more concrete, other than we will stick to existing proven strategies. You know,
I think,
and regarding it, yeah.
Sorry, just on all of that though, that it's, we have to, the language that we use
Right.
will need to be simpler, because none of it,
Right.
none of
Exactly.
that
Yeah. So
works for
that's
external person.
that's your genius. So I'm sharing the idea. Okay. I'm sharing the idea for now.
Okay.
Yeah, but do you get the idea? Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of it's not like a money back guarantee, or I guess promise of return. We don't promise return. Okay. I don't think I made that mistake, and I will never make that mistake again. Okay. Never promise any
No,
numbers
of course
in
not.
term ROI. Yeah. And then for impact, I think the thing I think we can be 100% certain is that like every dollar invested with JCF, it will contribute to UBI for sure. Okay. I think we can make that promise, which is easy, which
Well,
is,
look,
you know, yeah.
so look at number 2 then.
Right. Okay.
Grow your wealth for legacy and impact.
Right. Okay.
All your money back with no redemption fee.
Okay.
So the thing is,
okay.
It's not grow your wealth full stop,
Right.
which is a promise on ROI.
Right.
It's growing your wealth for legacy.
Right.
And impact. So
wow. Okay.
Impact obviously is the dollar contributes to UBI, right? Legacy.
Right.
Well, we're saying that you know you're there, you can gift it to whoever you want for your children and da 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 da. Right.
Okay. Right.
Okay. So that's what the intention is there for. All your money back with no redemption fee. Well, look, if you can prove that we haven't fulfilled successfully that you're growing your wealth for legacy and impact.
Okay.
I mean, it's a non-starter, right? You can't.
Okay.
I mean, actually, I wrote that. I didn't even feel. I just thought that was the. I didn't even think that for me to be able to prove to you that you haven't done, you haven't grown the wealth for impact and legacy. There's no way I can prove that.
Oh, I see. Okay. Right.
Which
Yeah.
I didn't realize what a convoluted
it's in the mechanism.
It's no, but I mean,
it's in a mechanism. Right.
The wording is such that it sounds good.
Right.
But there's no way of proving it.
Okay.
Ultimately, I would have to sit there and say, I don't think you're doing that. I don't think I've got that. And then you'd have to take the position of, well, is it better to give this person back their money without arguing the point, or is it better to argue the point?
No, definitely give back the money. I think our stance should be always give back if there's a request. However, we want to learn like why. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that becomes a learning fee actually for us.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
I think go ahead.
The interesting thing about it is I didn't realize when I wrote them that actually number 2 is there's no real chance of somebody, if somebody's honest, there's no real chance that they could ask for it back, because the way that it's worded is it doesn't mean it's,
Yeah, so it may not be a good promise, because then it would not be I mean, we were doing it by default. And actually, I think part of the brand promise concept they mentioned is also about that would be a kind of a quality standard that we will have to adhere to. And that actually poses a challenge for us, as the team, as the people who are executing the promise. And that's actually a good thing, because it's a forcing function that's upping our standards. But I think given what right now currently is being put down, it's a default, it's a given. So, it's not putting any good stress on us. But for example, let's say, if we make any promise in terms of investment strategy or performance, that would be kind of a stress, right? Which, by the way, we don't, but I think we can make promise about the strategies we execute and how diligent we execute them, right? that can be examined. And also, let's say accessibility. That is also something that will put a stress on us in terms of our system, because that would be a quality promise, right? Like it's kind of like the pizza delivery, like 30 minutes or free, something like that, right? It's like 10 minutes onboarding or whatever, right? Or no service charge, something like that. No service charge for moving your money in and out, something like that, right? I mean, yeah, it has to be a kind of a penalty on our part if we're not delivering that promise. I think that's how, as I understand, how it should be designed. Yeah. All right.
True.
Yeah. So all right. So maybe let's make a first version of this. All right. So I think there are some promise we can promise, but which, by the way, it's really in our design, like growing wealth for legacy impact, and also every dollar contribute to UBI. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. I think we can maybe focus on some quality, service level qualities, and also penalty for us, right? So I think right now it seems like the agreement is the penalty will be like no fees charge, right? Like that seems to be the direction, like no fees charge. Yeah. And the promise right now, one is yeah.
When you say no fees charged, what do you mean?
Like no withdrawal fee, for example.
Right. Yeah,
or like right now in Taiwan, what we do is we also take a service fee when we are helping you to purchase the crypto. It's like not much, $3-4 per transaction. So if you want to, let's say you don't know, or you don't own a wallet, you don't know how USDT operates, you can still send in fiat. We will do everything for you. That's kind of a service, right? And we charge I think a $3-4 fee on that per transaction, in or out. So that is something, maybe we don't charge you. Okay, if
well,
as a penalty, right? But that's a small penalty, I guess. It's
I don't. Yeah, here's the thing: if you're doing that, whether or not you charge, so it's a, let's say it's a fixed fee, right? Let's say it's $5 for transaction, right? If I only invest $10, then I've got I've got to pay 50% of my investment on top for you to. If it's $1 million, it's it's not even worth thinking about, right?
Right.
So, but the thing is, let's say something doesn't happen,
right?
Then you're going to give me that money back, are you? And
yes,
that I would have thought that is harder to do than to do the withdrawal fees refund. And because let's say I've made 50 investments in the same context, and all at $1,000 each, right? And you've taken $5 for each one. That's what, $2,500? Is it $250? $250.
Okay.
I'm no good with my noughts. But again, you've then got to go and find 1,000 or 100 or whatever the number was. How many transactions did that person make? From an admin point of view, that is a cost. But it's and because it's, unless you've built the system so it automatically calculates the number. I just think, for me, if I'm looking at it as a one-off, that doesn't really sound like much.
Okay.
It's got the whether or not. Okay, so the good thing about number 2 is it sounds real, even though when you analyze it, it's a bit circular.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. What we want people. So the guarantee is, and let's look at it from another perspective. My wife has admitted to me now that companies that she was investing in, thankfully only a small amount, was a Ponzi scheme.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I think it was like $50 or something like that. She
Okay.
invested
Okay.
just to test the water. Right?
Okay.
But I'm glad she's realized that, and I'm glad she's understood that it was a Ponzi.
Okay. Okay.
Now, the thing is, what are people who are now been stung by that Ponzi scheme or similar?
Right.
Will now be sitting there going, well, you know, are you going to give me my money back? Yeah, you can have your money back anytime you want.
Right. Okay.
Now, your money back is actually really important for people because
yeah.
they want to
Okay.
protect their capital,
Right.
their asset.
Right. Okay.
And so they need to know that they're going to get their money back. Now,
Right.
I suppose the only problem with money or your money back is that money back guarantee has to be dependent upon the net asset value at the time of refund.
Right.
As opposed to at the time of investment.
Right. Oh, just one thought. This is something Andrew mentioned actually last year, which I don't know if we want to implement this, or maybe at least initially, or if we do have some like investments, which is, let's say, allowing people to invest at most a certain amount, but not too much. Let's say a couple of $100 or up to $1,000, and then it's going to be money back guarantee. Okay, like you will at least make a profit of this amount. Okay, with or we will return your original capital at least. Let's say you put in $100, we guarantee you will definitely make a profit or your $100 back after 1 year, something like that. Okay, so the idea is that given our mechanism, let's say with share dividend, and given our confidence of making a profit with strategy wise, and let's say $100 invested likely will generate profit. Okay, with high likelihood. And obviously there's still a chance of not generating, but then that would be a way to attract people to be willing to put in their $100 into the fund. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah, so a million
yeah.
A million people invest $100.
Right. Right. That would be
and
million.
The market crashes.
Right.
You've got the same problem as if one person invested with $1 million and the market crashes.
Exactly. So obviously certain things will have to be designed in. For example, this is open for, let's say, 1,000 people, right? And that would be a less of risk, I guess, we have to bear. So
no, but then it's not a guarantee, is it? So, or I mean,
no,
the point
it's still a guarantee. The guarantee is you will earn profit or your $100 back.
Yeah, if you're one of the first 1,000 to invest $100.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, I just think from a logistical point of view, it's not easy. It becomes complicated, and the point is, you want one statement which is true for everybody that you can stand by, and not not worry about. Fundamentally, the point about the guarantee is that nobody's going to enact it. But you have to be able to deliver on the promise should somebody choose to enact it. Right. Now, if it's in the same argument for the service fee goes with, well, first 1,000, what you're doing is you're logically constructing different caveats for the process for it to flow.
Okay,
and I think that I believe the purpose of the guarantee is it's one statement that fits all, regardless of size.
Okay, I see. It's evergreen. You're talking about it being evergreen, right?
Okay,
like it should be valid, like throughout, right? That's or kind of like a brand promise. That's kind of a brand promise. Right?
That's just my understanding, and I'm happy to be wrong.
Okay, sure, yeah. So anyway, we have a few minutes. Like to jump to the urgent stuff. So maybe our conclusion here is that we do promise certain things, or we refund the redemption fee, right?
Are you happy with that? The redemption fee?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, for now, I mean, I don't feel it's as strong a promise. Okay. I think the stronger promise will be in the area of investment strategy or return. Okay, I think that's something actually people care about more, or maybe the impact part. Yeah.
Unless we test it with people's points of view, we're never going to know.
Right. Okay.
I personally think getting your money back is more important than
I see. Okay.
than anything else, because that's the risk you take, right?
Okay. Right.
I'm giving you my money, and I might never see it again.
Okay.
People don't. The reason why they pay money to I mean, where are the horror stories that you hear? Oh, I invested all my money. I took my life savings out, and it was
right. Exactly. Okay, so you take out your money anytime. That's actually a good promise. I agree. Okay. All right. So maybe the wording can change, but yeah. Okay. So it's on social impact. Okay. All right. So
urgent.
Okay, the urgent thing is collision. Okay. If not, admitted, if not onboarded in 10 minutes, something like that. Okay, well, we'll tune that. But I think that seems like what we can agree now for now, right? I think I wrote it on the promise part. Okay, just a summary. All right. So the urgent, basically, a couple of things. Can you see it? The screen?
Not yet.
We do have a collision board, which we can use last year's, but we want to confirm the board, and also we have to deliver a pitch deck. Okay, so right now this is how it looks, exactly the same as last year. Anything you'd like to change? I guess specifically the one-line description, the 140 characters things. Okay. I think the rest can stay the same, right? Agree? Is that or I guess the location, is that something you'd like to change as well?
Location? Oh, yeah. City, Taipei.
Right.
What about Taipei and London?
Okay. Sorry, I'm just typing. All right. Does it show now? It should show live change as I'm typing this.
I've just got a bunch of there we go.
Oh, but it does have Taiwan as the that's the country which already has been determined. Oh, how about let me change to like this, London. That would play a trick on their.
Or about how does it? So
that will play a trick. That will play a trick on their system.
What about London, UK? Taipei.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything regarding the one sentence, or you think that's fine for now?
Yeah.
That's fine for now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just confirm for printing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Sure.
Was that it?
Okay. Yeah. No. That's okay. So that's just a minute. Okay. So once this is gonna be done, okay, no edits are made. Okay, just make sure, right? Everything is good. This is all right. Okay. One last check. Okay.
Yeah, JCF is a crypto social impact fund to make basic income universal for 1 billion people by 2040. It's USD $10 to join with 0% annual fee. Is that true?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. We don't have any annual fee. We only take performance fee.
Right. Okay.
So it's you're making profit and we make profit. If you don't make profit, we don't make profit. That's, yeah.
And how many characters is that?
140, I think, close. It's close to the limit, I think.
Okay, it's
Any change?
it is US dollars. It is US dollars to $10. It is.
You want to make it shorter? That would be something like that.
Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay,
17, 18. So I'm just trying to count.
No. Just I can copy paste and.
What about saying it like this?
Right.
Instead of it, so join from US dollars 10 with 0% annual fee.
Join from.
Join the. Not joined.
Join.
Yeah, it's not ed. No ed. Join.
Okay.
Join
Something
from
like
10
that.
US dollars.
Okay.
With 0. Join from 10 US dollars.
Join JCF.
No.
All right. I should caution. Text sync should start any minute now.
Bollocks, yeah. What about join with as little? Is that too many?
Oh, okay. Let's see. I think we can do that.
With as little.
Join.
With as little.
Nope. As little as. Oh, so. Oh, I can. Yeah, with as little as.
Okay.
Oh,
What about this?
That works.
What about? Oh, how have you done that?
That works. Join
with as little as 10 US dollars with 0% annual fee.
Okay.
Okay, one last. JCF is a crypto social impact fund to make basic income universal to 1 billion people plus. Sorry, 1 billion plus people by 2040. Join with as little as US dollars 10 with 0% annual fee. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. All right. Confirm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great. That's one thing. And the other thing is pitch deck. So might have to ask you to. Right now, I've uploaded something that. Okay, I think we can still change this. So what I've put down there is this. Okay, so this is actually the Dropbox directory I've shared with you as well. It's part of the JCF company. So
I've always got a problem trying to get into that, it's weird.
Okay. But I think I've shared a link. If you like, I can. It's under the collision, events collision 2-3 pitch deck. So right now, I think I've uploaded this one. Okay, because that's the. I guess I'll just share with you what the business profile is. The 2-pager you shared with me earlier this month. I think it's the most updated. The problem is, I think this is a good overview. Okay, although we can probably update the content.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
What's that chart?
The chart. Okay. I think that's the chart that. Yeah, I mean that's the ROI chart, I guess.
No, not the orange one. The one above it.
Oh, I don't know. You made it.
Yes, that's just I have no idea what that is. That's probably a silver ETF right there.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Um,
All right. Okay,
okay,
anyway.
fine.
So this is the uploaded version. Again, getting 80% done.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
like
that's okay.
anything, to enhance over that, we do have until Tuesday. Okay, I think. Or maybe we can continuous to improve. Oh, Tuesday, I think it's the board. So we're done with that. I think this can still be updated, I guess it may be live because I don't think it has a hard deadline yet, at least not that I'm aware of.
Right.
But yeah,
Still
can you
sharing
see
your screen, by the way.
my screen now with
Yeah.
the? Okay, so just to confirm these, okay, I just want you to know that we do have a chance to upload an updated pitch deck. Okay, and that
Right.
might be something we want to create.
Yeah.
And want to meet investor, yes, right? Actively fundraising, C round, amount raised. So far it's 0, right? 0 to, well, we have a little, like bootstrapping funds. Current investor 0, Asia, revenue. Oh, we can, let's make it Asia and Europe. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. And revenue, yeah, 0 to, so, we're not pre-revenue. We already have a revenue model. Employees currently recruiting, yes. Okay. Are we woman? Okay. Although we have Joy, she's not considered co-founder, so I said no here. Okay, because she's not really a core team member. Okay. And so this is next. And okay, so these are some of the things we can register for: pitch, mentor hours, things like that. By the way, I think you should probably also receive a copy of this email in your JCF email, okay, to access this, because they have been, the organizer has been asking us for a long time, since actually April. It's just that. So this is the fail integrator part. If we have a integrator on our team, then a more integrator type, then this would have been brought into my attention or our attention much earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so 40 words. Yeah, so I think these are some things we can just apply. The social. So there's right now just the save and exit. Okay, I think yeah, I haven't pushed that button yet. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Yeah, but
right. Okay. So do we have to click on that? Apply to take. Oh, to apply to take part. So we need to.
Yeah, I'll just should I just, I mean, these are just some of the links. I'm sure mentors, you can see the links, right? I'm sure you have gotten some email about
Okay.
let me just maybe share this in the chat, or maybe in the doc. Okay. I'll just put it at the end of the 3 hack.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can have a look if you, or yeah. Okay.
If I can't find the email, then
Right. It should be somewhere in the email, but the links are out here. Okay, so feel free to play with it. Okay, or register, whatever you like. Okay. And I think so. Do you think you would like to create a new pitch deck for that, for given our current state?
Yeah, I'll try, and if I can't figure out how to get into the Google, into the Dropbox, then I'll
The Dropbox is I mean, just existing stuff. Okay, so I'll just copy. You can just go to the link. I think I'll just also put it here, Dropbox. Okay, so I'll put the link here. All right. I just curious, what is your take? Do you think we should get a new pitch?
let me see what I don't know, because I don't know if it's we're going to have to. I was considering doing a short one for El Salvador as well.
Oh, okay, okay, all
chance.
right. So
I
maybe it
mean,
could be the
really
same thing.
short, like two
Yeah,
or three slides.
sure, sure, sure. Yeah, yeah. I
And
think
so,
that works. That works. Yeah.
and so maybe if I did that, then that would be a to-do thing for today. If I can get that done plus
Okay.
the translation, then happy days.
Okay. Okay. All right. Great. All
Awesome.
right. Okay. So being hyper
Oh, by
productive.
the way, look, your
Oh
guys
yeah.
haven't turned up yet, have they?
No, haven't. I turned
Okay.
on the
Right.
yeah.
So if they turn up, you'll know, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to. I have the
Okay, cool.
waiting room up. Yeah.
Okay. The thing about Olga, she is the
Okay.
opposite of me.
Okay.
She's quite conservative. She doesn't like people.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Private.
very difficult for her to be open and build trust really quickly, right?
Okay, I see. Okay.
So she takes offense to everything.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
that's an exaggeration,
Right, right.
obviously.
I know. I
But I'm
understand
just
fully. My wife is like that.
okay, fine. Oh, there you go. So look, the thing is, she's like she's not really super enthusiastic about having anybody here.
Oh, okay, okay.
Flies
All right.
back on the 28th of May.
Right, right.
Be
Okay.
really tired,
Right,
and so for us to have a guest
right.
from
Okay.
1st of June onwards, that
Right.
only gives it
Okay.
like 2 or 3 days.
Right. Okay.
I've promised to have the house really super tidy and da di da di da di
Oh,
da.
okay, okay. That would be hard. Then no worries. Okay.
So
I guess
I
what
just
would you suggest then? I guess
well, no,
if
she
I were to
doesn't. But
stay, yeah.
no, she doesn't. She recognizes that. Also, I mean, to be honest, it's a bit unusual
Right.
socially for
Right.
ourselves to have a guest
Right,
from a
right, right.
business context, right?
Okay, right, right, right.
So it is unusual. However,
Okay.
I really don't have a problem with it, and I'm looking forward to
Oh,
us
okay.
because I think we can. We also got a challenge in that you're arriving on like a Wednesday or a Thursday, so we've got the Thursday in London.
Wednesday in
Wednesday.
London. Wednesday in
Yeah.
London. Yes. Yeah.
So if I've got that meeting on the 31st, I'll come down to London on the 31st anyway, and we'll
Right, right,
spend
right,
time together then.
right,
Then we've
right,
got Dan Sullivan for half a day on the
right,
1st, right?
right. Okay.
Then we've got then we come back to my house on the 1st, so that's a Thursday,
Right,
right? So we've got
right.
Friday,
That's the
Saturday,
first.
Sunday, and
Right.
then the rest of it. So we can work through and go to the office and spend time then. Da 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 da. So we'll be
Right,
away
right,
from
right.
Olga, so she's not, she's not stressing about that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll find something to do and we'll go out on the Sunday or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
And then I've got to go down to London anyway on the 6th of June.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
I had
Okay.
that planned
What
anyway.
what a
So
coincidence. Okay.
so
Okay. Great.
that makes sense really.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So I just want you to be aware that she finds it really difficult and tiring, and also she's had in her shoulder, she can't move it. She's damaged her shoulder, and
Oh, okay.
basically she's been in pain for the shoulder since December,
Oh, I
and
see. Okay.
it's been really bad. And then
I see.
also all over her body, she has pain all over her body all the
Oh,
time.
really?
Yeah.
Actually, by the way, I do have something to recommend. Okay, it's called Master Yeah. I'm doing this on a daily basis now. I think it's from what I heard from hundreds, if not thousands, of testimonies. The stuff works. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a simple exercise that, well, he's doing it on a daily basis. It's all in Chinese, so unfortunately, but yeah, that's something that might just help, if she's willing to try for
Yeah, well,
a
she
couple of
works on
weeks.
all sorts of different things, and
Okay,
there's
okay.
Russian characters that do similar. Well, I don't know about similar, but offer alternative kind of ways of dealing with the symptoms that she's got. But I don't think any one person or any one way has 100% removed the issues.
Okay. I'll send you the YouTube channel link. Okay, and you can just subscribe and
cool.
just see. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just trying to explain all the detail as quickly as I can, but consequently what that means then, and she's been in pain for like many years now, it just means that she gets tired really, really quickly. And she finds that really difficult. So those are the reasons behind why we don't really, for me, it doesn't really bother me. I'll just drift in and drift out and happy days.
Okay. All right.
I have to respect the fact that I share a house with her and
right. That's
I
obviously,
care about
yes.
her. And,
okay. Right.
I don't want her to be upset. And
right.
But then she also cares and understands that it's important.
Okay.
From a business point of view, that that we're able to do this, and from a social point of view as well.
Okay. Right.
So
yeah. Because it could be for a long time, right?
Well, yeah,
we want this to be a long time.
They say co-founders are, it's like getting married. I mean, obviously, I know you're in your Henry VIII in terms of co-founder. But anyway.
Okay, and this is your first marriage, right? Okay. All right.
Anyway,
so fair, but I guess just I mean, I'm really easy to deal with. I guess I'm in terms of my living. I can also just go there. But I at the bottom line, okay, I don't want to cause any any concern in her part or any.
I know. I don't think you will, and I think once you're here, she'll I know what'll happen is she'll get used to it, and she'll just understand what it is, and it won't be an issue.
Right.
It's just there's too much.
Right. I know. Okay, I understand. All right. So maybe I'll leave that to you. Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I think that's great. No, that's really good. That's really good. So I'll meet you in London on the 31st. Hopefully we'll have that meeting with my customer. I hope, because I need that. But I think it'll be kind of fun for you to meet them as well.
Okay, sure. I'm arriving at 10 a.m. at the airport. Okay, just to let you know. Yeah, 10.
Later on, then I'll figure out where everything is, and then I'll let you. I don't know where you're going to stay, because I know where I'm staying now.
I have asked, would it be possible to stay with you for the night? Do you think that's a good idea, or maybe for me to book separately?
No, look. I can't. I mean, it's a hotel, so you're not sleeping in the same bed as me. Put it that way.
Okay, and there's only one bed, right? There's only one bed.
Yeah. You'd have to book. I mean, even if we booked a twin, it's still. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right, then no worries. Okay, I'll find where to stay. Okay, for the night. Okay, and basically, and we'll figure out how we should meet. Okay, maybe on that day. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Because it's probably on Park Lane. I think I haven't checked where the hotel is, but it's probably going to be Park Lane.
Okay. Yeah. Send me your hotel so maybe I can book somewhere nearby. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, dude.
Okay. All right. So this is wonderful, and really look forward. I'm sure we're going to be cracking out a lot, particularly with Collision incoming. All right.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
All right. So all right. So have a fantastic day and week, and I'll see you later. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.